Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host, Ben Blackman, and this episode is about how to handle negative comments. Here comes episode number 18. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Oh man, we're going to be talking about negative comments. And a lot of people get really emotional about this, and I do too sometimes, because I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy seeing people bash me or what I sell or what I do or any of that stuff. That's not the funnest part of this, but it's gonna happen. And I think it's important to understand what a negative comment really is. A lot of times in my clients who I'm running ads for and so forth, they'll say they had a negative comment, and I'll look at the comment and it really isn't negative. It's more about a clarification, meaning maybe the people don't understand what it is that you're doing, and they just need a response, And what I have found is that responses are usually the best thing. So what you need to do about negative comments is, first of all, remember any comment is good. Okay, as long as it's not abusive or vulgar in some way or something like that, any comment is good because it helps your engagement. Facebook sees that as a better relevancy. That means they want to show your ad more. It usually ends up meaning lower cost per click and so forth. So comments are good regardless of what it says. However, if you're somebody that just it really gets under your skin, and that's okay. There's nothing. I'm not saying anything about that. Step away from it. Right? If you see the comment, do not respond, at least not immediately. Give it some time. Walk away from it so you can formulate your opinion, because the last thing you want to do on your own ad is respond negatively to a negative comment. The best thing to do is to kill them with kindness, right? I heard that, I used to hear that growing up all the time. Just kill them with kindness, and that's what you do. You thank them for taking the time. It's really, really an important thing to acknowledge them and let them, and so that other people can see that you acknowledge them, that you took time out to say, hey, I'm responding to them. I'll let you know, and you can remind them, hey, I understand this isn't for everybody, and it's not. It can't be for everybody, and I'm sorry it wasn't for you, or it interrupted your day, or whatever. It's a very, very good thing to respond to them. Now, if you're just, if it just really gets under your skin so bad that you just, don't think that you can handle negative comments, or maybe you just don't want to, then have somebody else monitor them. So maybe you have a virtual assistant or something like that who can look at them for you, and have an agreement with the virtual assistant that, maybe they'll bring them to, you give them the authority to respond to certain things, but other things you want to, kind of weigh in on, but make sure you don't immediately respond with something negative, that you agree to, give it a few hours before you respond back to it. And some of the other, and those are just a few of the things that you can do. These negative comments are not a bad thing. They are a good thing, and that's really how you need to look at it. So one of the things that I like about negative comments is I can use them as examples in my business, and maybe you can too. And what I mean is, I can take the comment, reply back, and I usually tell the people that when I reply back, I'm like, hey, thank you for commenting. I appreciate you taking the time out. I know you're probably busy. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to use this as an example in one of my Facebook courses. And usually what happens, I say usually, it's happened a few times, or they'll just remove the comment. Right? They don't want it used in my Facebook course. And after I tell them I'm going to, they'll just remove it. And I really don't want them to remove it, but they do. But usually by then I've already screenshotted it, so it's too late. I mean, even if they remove it, I've already got it. So I usually like to let them know, hey, this is what I want to do. And I'm not saying it in a mean way or anything like that. It's important, because I think it's important to understand how to respond to these kind of things. The other thing that's really cool, and just think about how you might be able to use that for your business. If you're starting to get a lot of the same kind of negative comments, or just negative comments in general, it means one of two things. Either you're doing something seriously wrong, or you're doing something seriously right. Okay. Either way, that's great information. You just need to figure out which one it is, because negative comments usually indicate that you have touched on something that people are really polarized about, and that is almost always good for ads. Now, if you're not getting any negative comments, that means you're probably not running ads enough, right? You're just throwing them out a little bit. You're not reaching enough people. You're not getting in front of enough people. And it doesn't mean that I'm telling you to strive for negative comments, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that negative comments are part of it, whether you post a video on YouTube or whether you run a Facebook ad or whatever it is, okay? Negative comments are going to happen sooner or later, and you just need to know how you're going to deal with them when they do happen, because when they do, it's easy to just kind of overreact. Trust me, I've done it myself many times. So I hope this helped, and I hope you just remember, if you walk away with nothing else over this, just remember, comments, any kind of comment is good, and take your time, respond to it the way that you would tell your or at least in my case, the way I would tell my 13-year-old son to respond, and that'll work out just fine. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to join my closed Facebook group, Funnel Strategies for Facebook. You can find it in the show notes. It's onefocusmarketing.com/episode 18. That's lowercase, all one word, episode 18. And I will see you on the next episode.